The night owls don't purr. They ask for who's the messengers from the sky delivering the bad news. Remember, the beast is gonna print that missive from your man, OG, the Grand Wizard. I'm at the gas station, then I'm looking dumb. I need some gas money thanks to OX hums. DeFi's for the people where the power comes from. And all foes will be shunned. What's up, y'all? Back at it. Back at you with another one. Hope you're doing well. Let's get right into it. Now, how's everybody feeling? Let's take this moment to really ask y'all, like, how are you feeling today? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you okay? Are you well? If you're not feeling so good and you're going through or you're dealing with some challenges, may you find swift resolve towards your betterment. You know what I mean? May you find swift amelioration towards your wellness. I think that's important. Because even myself, like creating content, social media, and talking a bunch of stuff for so many years, I'm reminded, ever so reminded, that health is wealth. How you feel, how you conduct yourself in life, in the world, your interactions, just matter. It just all boils down to your overall well-being in mind, body, and spirit. Like how you feel, you know what I mean? And with the type of content that I've created over the several years, when we're talking about cryptocurrency and everything related to crypto, as far as money and everything, oftentimes it's easy to lose sight from what's important. It's easy to just chase the idea or the thrill of the hunt of chasing that paper and forgetting what is costing you to chase that paper. Who are you leaving behind? Who are you forgetting about? In addition, are you forgetting about yourself? Because sometimes that happens where we're on a quest, right? To get to a bag, to seek financial independence, on a quest to become rich beyond our wildest dreams, on a quest to become wealthy. But what are we doing? What are we doing when we're on that mission? Forgetting about ourselves. Ignoring so many things about ourselves. If you're running a business, you're running extra overtime. If you're running a business, your business is on your mind 24/7, right? You working a job, you're trying to pick up hours, trying to do some overtime, trying to do all this stuff at the expense of your what? Of your body, of your wellness, of your health. Just to chase a dollar. Or a few dollars. So I say, it's always important to be mindful of how you are and how you're doing. People, we're at the time of this recording, it's the spring of 2025, right? Spring of 2025, man. Like if you've been listening to my channel, man, over the years I went from talking about different things, relationship related and this and that, And then it's just been crypto full steam for the better part of the last 8 years. Crypto full steam. Discovered opportunity to participate in a quote unquote sacrifice of Pulse Chain. For that, experimented with Hex, participated in the sacrifice Pulse Chain. Here we are 4 years later. The performance of those coins have been underwhelming. You know, it's a blockchain that was headed and is headed by Richard Heart, right? It's a fork of Ethereum, the blockchain. He has a decentralized exchange to accompany it called PulseX. But the price performance of those coins have been basically swimming in the gutter, have been really bad, real garbage. You know, a lot of people want to blame the SEC, and even some people over the last 2 years have blamed his absence for the prices of his coins, which the community described as core tokens on Pulse Chain, have yielded meager results. All right, they blame him for a lot. And I could see why and understand why, because I've also blamed him and have just been critical about so many things Richard Heart related. Like, I've been extremely critical because I'm not someone who just buys into anything anybody tells me. Especially dealing with crypto for so many years, man. You find more garbage than none. You find more trash in crypto than anything that's worth its salt. So, yeah, been extremely critical of Richard, and I make no apologies. Make zero apologies. Doesn't mean that I, sold and no. I'm gonna be in crypto because crypto is something has been extremely game changing, revolutionary, for real. And the reason why I've been extra critical too, very critical, not extra, just critical as far as everything going on, is because I'm not representing just me when it comes to this crypto game, this crypto experience, this crypto market. I do things for family and friends and my community. I speak and I represent them, right? I've enlightened, educated them, and shared information with them about cryptocurrency on my side of the pond, on my side of the world, in my world. And so when I see weird things take place, I am going to question, even if my people know about it or not. And when they know about it and they bring it to my attention, that's even worse. Because now I really have to get on the horn and speak. I don't even care if it doesn't land on his ears. But I'm putting it out there just like it's public information to access these, right? These tools, layer ones, dexes, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to publicly put out my thoughts for people who may or may not have similar feelings and opinions or ideas similar to, what I feel or know or understand and what I'm thinking. Because a lot of times people are thinking similar things. You'd be surprised. It's just folks don't really want to talk about it or voice. It's not that they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to, right, really speak about what they're thinking. And the reason why, like 10,000x, I mean, that remarkable. Why wouldn't you want to experience another 10,000x or a chance to get a 10,000x again? Of course, that's what attracted many people into the ecosystem. among many other things attractive. But the thing about it is this, like, if you were an RH supporter up to this point and you were a devout believer and advocate and you just only accumulated Richard Heart tokens up till now, you've had to deal with a bunch of BS throughout this last 2 years. You had to deal with a bunch of nonsense, y'all. Shout out to y'all, you know? And I'm not saying that to be facetious or sarcastic. I'm saying it because I understand it. You know, those of us that just were like, nah, man, we're just going to support RH. And as far as the coins, you know, seem like, you know, this is the most solid, quote unquote, safest bet. Accumulate the tokens. But we've watched so many things like the operations and so many things happen on this chain that basically went against the believers who supported RH. Went against what the believers and the messaging that the believers were to share that were all connected to what Richard talked about over the years in the stream. That's what a lot of these operations, when he started talking to people, for me, let me tell you, give you an example. Fall of 2023. Made a somewhat of a quote unquote, I don't even know if he made it because he talks about how he doesn't communicate on social media, but he has a Twitter that's incredibly active. Fall of 2023, he announced that we could do leverage trade now on Pulse Chain. Leverage trade. He coined the terms ladies, liquor, and leverage. I like to say now, as of recent, ladies, liquor, and Maddie. Right? But he coined the term ladies, liquor, and leverage. You do leverage trade, you get wrecked. But at the same time, back in the days, he used to always say he wished someone could create something so that people could short hex. So it was just like, right? Contradiction right there, off top. But for the most part, would tell people, listen, don't get involved with leverage trade because you will get wrecked. So those of us that were just saying, you know, nah, RH tokens, just play RH. He's a billionaire. He figured this out. Trust in whatever he got going on. Trust in this trustless space. A man who claims to be the giving tree, who's here to educate you. Bring your heroes here to die. Don't get scammed, man. You want to see something done, you do it. Bring your heroes here to die. And bring your people here to thrive. Those are his words. So you're like, yeah, sure. But then after the leverage trade announcement, which really supports people who launch sacrifices on his chain to basically dilute the attention, dilute the purchasing power of his own core coins. But you know, there's a blockchain now. You can't just think that the blockchain is there just for Hex, Pulse Chain, X, and Ink. I'm sorry, Ink and Pulse X. You can't, and you know, or PLS. You can't just think the blockchain is just there for 4 tokens. Right? Not to mention different things like, I mean, meme coins. Meme coins were not something that was favored by Richard. What did he do recently? Launch his own pad, meme coin, you know, and let's go even a step further. Instead of even talking about his cause, but he would just, not necessarily talk, but talk about free copies. Hey, everybody, you could get free copies on Pulse Chain. He also made announcements about the stable coin, PDAI, doing 5,000x without mentioning PDAI. He announced that in the beginning of last year, 2024, saying, hey, we got a coin over here. Come check out Pulse Chain, free copies. We got a coin over here that already did a 5,000x. That was PDAI he was describing in the beginning of 2024. And then the beginning of this year, January 2025, he issued another post. Talk about how P. Dye went 22 million X, did a $2.2 billion, $2.2 billion% gains. P. Dye talked about it and said it. He wasn't evasive. He wasn't discreet with that one. He put it, P. Dye did this, did that. Made screenshots on the PRC20 copies, attracting attention, this and that. And RH Maxi supporters and people who believed in the core coins and want to push that message were just drowned out. Not to mention the whole E-Hex, P-Hex, not to mention a bunch of different things. You know, you made messages about being bulletproof and safe for the Christmas stream this last Christmas. You bulletproof and safe. Why are you going to talk like that? It means you're not safe. It means you're running. It means people are after you. It means you're probably not in a comfortable situation. And I don't say that to be funny, because that's actually quite tragic. That's sad for him to be in that position. I do not envy him, right? Not at all. On top of that, you now switch the narrative as of late, as of the last few weeks, disassociating yourself with P. Dye now. You want to just say, oh no, this is not me, it's not me, it's not me. But you know, it's just this community has just been divided into it has been splintered into multiple factions where it can no longer be what it once was. Why? Times have changed. Times have changed. People have gone through a lot of pain. And it will not be what it once was 5 years ago, 4 years ago, hell, even 3 years ago. Because too much has been done. So you want to disassociate yourself with the P. Dye narrative. But look at what you did up to that point to connect yourself, or not. But at least those tweets that you mentioned to support the performance of a PRC20 copy coin did on your chain, you connected yourself just by talking about it. Because no one else put the tweet out. No one else did this. So it's like, you know, he put his foot in his own mouth. And now you want to tell people, or he's told the people, it's not now, but, you know, want to disassociate, at least send a barrage of tweets to tell people, oh, no, wasn't me. You want to do a Shaggy, Boombastic, wasn't me. I get it. You don't want to be associated with stuff like that for the public to know, but, you know, behind the scenes, maybe it's something else. Nobody cares. People are scared, this and that. But you're supposed to be very smart, very intelligent. Muy inteligente. Je suis intelligent. You're supposed to be sharp. And you got problems out here where people are after you. Huh? What happened to your watches? Like that was something that a prized possession you had. Like that got taken. Millions of dollars. What you call? I learned these watches from you. Philippe Patek Philippe Patek Philippe. These expensive watches, $1 million watches, right? You had to bounce. You had to just leave the watches behind. That's crazy. Because that lets me know it was about self-preservation. You had the thing, the watch holder, right, spinning in next to your high chair and your candelabra when you used to do streams. With the Louis Vuitton goods, the leather goods you had, even the bear, Louis Vuitton bear, and your watch is gone, bro. Like, then they after you for something about fraud, alleged fraud or tax evasion, and then beating up a 16-year-old. Like, you got too much going on, and all this translates weird. Like, if it's like, and that's just what we know. I don't even want to know what we don't know. It's enough. All that stuff is enough with like what dude got going on, man. I'm looking at it like, yo, when are we gonna see some money in coming? Because it's not about just waiting for him to pump the market. Because you've had people who have just been working in their own way, contributing in their own way to this ecosystem, their own way. Not like for me, I've just been making streams and talking and live stream, doing this when I can. Have a panel of people talking, we vibing. For 4 years straight, talk about Hex. Period. Oh, you want to see something done? You do it. I've been doing it. Oh, you pump your bags, I've been doing it. Even pumping bags for non-desirable people, at least trying to pump the bags for undesirable, ungrateful cretins in this community. Scavengers. Who Richard Hart, has supported. People who pretend to be fake celebrities in crypto in this pulse chain operation, collective. Pretend like they're famous, pretend like they're celebrities, pretend like they're leaders. Doing a piss poor job at it, hurting people at the same time while you're professing to be leaders. Helping people, you're not educating, you're failing. And this is who Richard Hart has supported. So there's a lot of these things that's going on because he fails to have, I'm talking about now, he fails to find, like, I don't think he has enough time or desire to even keep a pulse. Keep his finger on the pulse, pun intended, on what's going on in his system and by his people in his community. I don't think he's interested in that. He got too much going on, but at the same time, that's a mistake, in my opinion, my humble opinion. I'm on the bottom of the totem pole. What am I? I'm only speaking for regular people here. This is not for the people who profess to be retired and rich off of Hex. This message is not for them. I don't represent them. I represent the ordinary human being looking for an opportunity to understand what self-custody is about. I'm representing the same people who you talking about bringing here to thrive. We want to thrive and do more than survive. But you're dealing with a lot of people in this community who live by delivering lies consistently, and it's hurt many people in the community. And then when you, like, as the head of this whole operation, I guess you don't want to be the head of the operation anymore because spirit of decentralization, right? Everything is supposed to be decentralized. Don't look at me for anything to happen. When things go blind or unnoticed, and then you supporting individuals or people or activities that could potentially harm users, then what? It just leaves a bad taste in everyone's mouths who's really looking for a way to uproot themselves out of some type of financial hardship they got going on, man, and try to see crypto and specifically DeFi as a way out, a way to level the playing field, a way to really, create generational wealth, a way to find something to believe in financially that's going to reward them at some point in the future. But if you got systems like this going on with people who, it's just people suffer from these weird ego tripping delusions of grandeur over here. It's disgusting because not everybody cares for that. Like, I speak for the regular schmegular person, regular, ordinary, we're just ordinary people. That's it. That's me. I don't look for accolades and anything bigger than none of that. None of that matters. None of that matters to me. What matters to me is the people who've really sacrificed. And when are they going to receive their just due? Who've really sacrificed and have told the line and learned, became better people, and want to believe in Pulse Chain still, after all this craziness that took place, 80% down, 65, 70, 80, 99% down prices on these coins, still want to be here to be a part of a system that's game changing. Where do they get their just due? Where do they receive their breakthrough? Huh? You want to see something, you do it. Again, people have been doing it. The marketing that this community has done, have seen. I mean, it's crazy and continues to do. You can't put a price on it. And it's just been David. This whole thing just reminds me of David versus Goliath. This whole operation here, everything Pulse Chain related, everything Pulse Chain since December 2nd, 2019 up to today, at the time of this recording, has been an example to show me the metaphorical example or allegorical example of David facing an uphill battle trying to topple a gatekeeping behemoth called Goliath. A gatekeeping crypto behemoth called Goliath, because everybody can't stand what's going on over here. For many reasons, and one, I'm not going to go into this in this stream. I've already voiced my ideas on why people have a deep disdain for RH and Pulse Chain and Hex and everything related to RH. But I also understand crypto's not going to be turned off overnight. I understand we have a new, right, presidential administration that seems and appears to be pro-crypto, at least crypto-friendly, friendlier than the previous administrations. I understand that, these things may fall on better time. We may have better times approaching ahead, because I'm always going to be, that's just me and my nature, glass half full type person, not half empty. I'm going to appreciate the little that I have because I didn't have to have it at all. I'm going to appreciate even being here and understanding taking place in this, this game changing technology, advancement, innovation, crazy. Because billions of people don't know what we're dealing with right here. So in that case, we're already winning. But at the same time, we want to continue to do what we have to do so we could afford ourselves the opportunity to receive what we're just due. Are just due. In a way where we don't have to defile, degrade, defame, humiliate, rob, steal, hurt, engage in some kind of criminal activity, just stepping on somebody from these Ponzi-nomics that we suffer from. Stepping on another crab because we all crabs in a barrel. Suffering from that incessant pool of debauchery. Sinking and swimming in filth. Mental refuse. That's not uplifting us. That's not uplifting us and bringing brighter days to any type of bad situations that we all face on a regular basis. I mean, come on, man. Let's be real. Let's be honest. And the first person that you really always have to be real and honest to is a person you wake up and watch and look in, when you face the mirror, is you. And everything else really doesn't matter after that. Take care.